Guten Tag. So this is lesson 4 of the series, The Secret of the German Language, about cases and genders, okay? Today, we are going to get into something called little orphaned endings. So, watch this. If you are taking notes, you can add these following ein words. You remember we had a list of 6 der words. Now these are going to be some ein words to add to your list, and they function slightly differently than the der words. Here they are. There's ein, kein, and basically this chart of possessive adjectives. So the ein words are ein, kein, and all the possessives, mein, dein, sein, ihr, unser, euer, and ihr. Okay, so if you're taking notes, you may want to get those down. If you need to pause the video, go ahead, but I'm going to move on. So, if you'll get back to this chart here, I've added 3 extra symbols that you didn't have yet. And you'll see a little circle with a slash through it right here, here, and here. So if you will add those circles with the line through it here, here, and here under this R and this S and this S, then I'll start to explain it, okay? So, the basic idea of this is we've been learning how when you have an article that they have to end with these various, the R, the N, the E, the M, whatever it is in the sentence, it has to end with this particular letter in order for it to be correct in German. We are going to find out that with ein words, there are 3 times when that doesn't happen, 3 times when those endings get orphaned. Oh, those poor little orphaned endings. Okay? So that's here, here, and here. There is no ending for it. Okay? So we don't take the R, we don't take the S or this S. In just those 3 cases, and only with the list of ein words that you just wrote. That's the idea of that. Okay? So we know, for example, der Mann ist hier. So der Mann, there's my R. Mann is masculine, it's the subject, I need my R, and that's usually the case, okay? Der Mann is here. But you would think we would say einer Mann ist hier, einer Mann, but we don't say einer Mann, we orphan that R, and instead we simply say ein Mann. Ein Mann is here. So that R got orphaned in that particular case. Okay? So, with ein words we orphan that R or these 2 S's. Okay? It only again happens here, here, and here. That's why we have those symbols there on the chart for you to remember. All of the other cases here, it does keep the ending. And if you're wondering, well, is there such a word as einer? Yes. Here and here and there. That's einer, einer, and einer. So yeah, we could say that. Okay? So, wunderbar. So let's go through the list with an ein word, okay? And just show you how that goes. We already did ein Mann ist here. Again, the symbol here is showing that the R has been orphaned right here. So it's ein and not einer. Okay? And then the next one is eine Frau ist hier. Keep the E. Just like normal, okay? And then ein Kind ist hier. Yep, we got rid of the S. It's not eines, okay? That does exist, by the way, the eines, but here we have dropped it. So ein Kind ist hier. And I changed this to keine Kinder sind hier. Still keeping the E. I had to change it because it's illogical to say eine Kinder. That just doesn't work logically. So I changed it to keine, but that's another ein word, so it still works. Okay, keine Kinder sind hier, plural for the E. Okay? For the accusative, for the direct object, ich sehe einen Mann. I keep the N, einen. Okay, there it is right there. Ich sehe eine Frau, keep the E, but we're going to orphan this S. Ich sehe ein Kind. So once again, we have orphaned this S, so the ein word has orphaned the S, and we keep the E over here for keine Kinder, right there. So, for the dative and genitive, there's no orphaning, so we keep all the normal endings, the M, the R, the N, the N, etc. So I'm going to go through these a little quickly since it's the same endings as we've been used to from the last lessons. Ich gebe einem Mann einen Apfel. Ich gebe einer Frau einen Apfel. Ich gebe einem Kind einen Apfel. And then ich gebe keinen Kindern einen Apfel. Okay, so it works just like it did with the der words. And same down here in the genitive, der Apfel eines Mannes ist hier. Yes, that's correct, eines, okay? Der Apfel eines Mannes, so there's two S's in that sense. Eines Mannes, nothing is orphaned, we keep the endings, ist hier. The apple of a man, okay? A man's apple. Okay, der Apfel einer Frau ist hier, so the apple of a lady, or a lady's apple, is here. Der Apfel eines Kindes, so eines Kindes, oh, I should have shown that R in red, is here. And then with the plural, der Apfel meiner Kinder ist hier. I changed it to mine this time, so this makes a little more sense. There we go. It works with all of the ein words. So if I'm back up here where I'm orphaning, I would orphan ein Mann ist here, or mein Mann, my husband, is here. Dein Mann is here, your husband's here. Ihr Mann is here, her husband's here. Kein Mann is here, no man is here, etc. So any of those ein words get orphaned in this case, and also if I did these two, it would work the same way. So we take out that R and orphan it. All right, let's try some samples together. We have Vater, we know it's masculine, quite obviously the subject, and there's the orphan sign. Does mine orphan its endings? Yes, that's an ein word, and ein words orphan its endings. So, simply mine, no ending, keep it as mine. Mein Vater ist hässlich. Not a very nice sentence, but at least you got it right. Okay, Schwester. Schwester, even though it ends with ER, and that's often masculine, we know that Schwester is feminine, that's obvious, it's a female. So, feminine, and it's the subject. There's no orphan sign, so no matter what it is, der word, ein word, we keep the E at all times. So, deine Schwester erkennt, oh, here's Bruder. So, your sister recognizes my brother. Now, my brother is what's being recognized, so my brother is the direct object. And he is masculine, so we're over here. Again, no orphaning sign, so we keep the N. Meinen Bruder. So, deine Schwester erkennt meinen Bruder. There it is right there. Okay? Regular endings, no orphaning. How about this one? His son gives my daughter, doesn't give my daughter a gift, okay? Or gives my daughter no gift. I know we don't speak English that way, but that helps. So, obviously his son is the subject, so, and we know that son is masculine. Question is, it's got a orphaning sign here, so does sein orphan its endings? Yes, it does. That is an ein word, so that orphans its endings, no ending there. Sein Sohn, gift. Tochter, she's receiving the present, which means she's the indirect object. The present, of course, is the direct object. That's what's being given. Okay, so the daughter is receiving that. Daughter is feminine, so we bring her down to here, this R. We will keep that R, there's no orphaning. So, meiner Tochter. And then Geschenk. Don't know if you know the gender of that. Geschenk is neuter. Okay, so neuter for Geschenk. And we go down to the neuter, and it's also the direct object. That brings us here. Oh, there's a orphan sign. Does kein orphan its endings? Yes. So, no ending here. The only ending was this one for meiner Tochter. Otherwise, it is sein Sohn gibt meiner Tochter kein Geschenk. There we go. Okay, how about this last one? The sister of my girlfriend is pretty. Well, that's an awkward sentence now, isn't it? Okay, so my girlfriend's sister is pretty. How about that? The sister of my girlfriend. Well, girlfriend is feminine, and she's possessing that. She's the possessor of the sister there. So it's the possessive form down here, the genitive. And that brings us to this R. No orphaning there. We need that R. So we're going to put that R right there. Meiner. Okay. Die Schwester meiner Freundin ist hübsch. Very good. Okay, let's try some translations then. A simple one. My brother stinks. That's an easy sentence. Okay, my brother stinks. We have masculine for brother. He's the subject, and there's an orphan sign here. Does my orphan its endings? Yes, it does. That is the an I word, so no ending on that one. Simply mine. Mein Bruder stinkt. That was easy. Let's go on. My mother kisses my father. Okay, my mother kisses my father. That's a nice sentence. There we go. So mother we know is feminine. We know that she's the subject. She's doing the kissing. There we go. And so we need this E here. There's no orphaning. We keep the E. Meine Mutter küsst. Father is, of course, masculine, and he's what's being kissed. He's being verbed right now. And he's going to be this direct object here with the N. We need the N. No orphaning that. So meinen. We have meine Mutter küsst meinen Vater. Both need the regular endings. No orphaning going on there. How about this one? His dog gave his cat a toy. So, his dog is the subject. We know the dog is masculine and is the subject. And there's an orphan sign. So, does his orphan the endings? Yes, it does. So, sein has no ending. Sein Hund. Okay. Gave, I guess that'd be hat and then gegeben at the end. So, hat. His cat is functioning as the what? Indirect object. The toy is what's being given, so that's the direct object. Who is receiving the toy? The cat. Okay, so the cat's the indirect object. Katze ends with an E, which your guess is going to be feminine, and that is a good guess. So feminine, indirect object. We have an R, and there's no orphaning sign, so we keep the R. Seiner, Katze, and then a toy is a Spielzeug. Spielzeug, do you remember what gender that was? We've covered that once before. That one is neuter, okay? And that's what's being given, direct object, that's right here. Oops, there's another orphaning sign. So we're going to need to orphan that because A, or the ein word, it's an ein word that orphans its ending. So we have two orphanings here, and the only ending we're keeping is his cat, seiner Katze. So here's a sentence. Sein Hund hat seiner Katze ein Spielzeug gegeben. So there we go. How about my uncle's nose is red? There's a funny sentence. We need to change that to the nose of my uncle. Well, nose is Nase. That ends with an E. So your guess on the gender is going to be feminine. Okay? And that's the subject. The nose is the subject. So that's going to be here. There's no orphaning sign. So we have to say simply die Nase, the nose, die Nase, of my uncle. So uncle is a masculine and he is the possessor of the nose. How about that? And that puts him down here. Well, we have the S plus the other S we need for the noun itself. So we're going to take my and put the S on it, minus, and then uncle needs an S as well, uncles. And since uncle is a two-syllable word, we just add an S, not a S. So, I hope you got all of that. Die Nase, okay, meines Onkels ist rot. There we go. Now, and here's today's tip if you're writing down these clues here. Any nouns that end with height and kite are automatically feminine. Height and kite always, without exception, are feminine. And we have words like Gesundheit, which is health, Freundlichkeit, friendship, and there's quite a few words in German that work that way. So height and kite words, always feminine, and there we go. Are you keeping up? Hope to see you for the next several lessons.